I'm starting some work for a new company today. It's not the joinery and sort of product stuff that I want to do for the furniture brand or for my own woodwork business, but it's paid work which I haven't really had much of for a while, so it's going to feel good to get back out and earn some money. I don't want to be late because I haven't done work for this company before. I'm just in a bit of a rush this morning. Hopefully as time goes on I'll be able to film a little bit of the project, but I'm not sure yet because maybe they might not want the project being filmed, and it's not my project, it's for someone else, so we'll see how it goes. But it's the first day today. I'm going to head off there now, and then I'll be back later to do a bit more work in the workshop, hopefully. I'm running late, but just had to stop and pick up some lunch or some food today. So I've got some blueberries and raspberries, and got some pastries because I don't really like to go work without them, and a little banana. It's roasting. Way too many layers, so I'm going to just have a change. This time of year you really can't tell how it's going to be. You know, you look outside and it's sunshine, but then you go outside and it's freezing. Or equally, you look outside and you see the temperature and it's quite a cold temperature, but then the sun comes out and it's nice, quite strong, and it actually is really hot, and then you've got way too many layers on. I bought a variation of clothes so I can change if I need to. I don't really know what this project is yet. All I know is that they've built some furniture for a house, or maybe an apartment. I think it's going to be a house, and then that stuff needs to be installed into the building. I'm quite looking forward to today. I'm working with some new people, and maybe being around the workshop and seeing how they do things, I'll learn some skills or pick up some things from that. So yeah, it's a nice day, sun's shining. It's good to be earning some money again. Just got back from the first day working for that new company, and yeah, it was a good day. It was quite a short day because I only found out about the plans to work today a bit last minute, so I wasn't able to work on very late, but it was good. All we did today was to take the things that have been built to the work site where they're going to be installed. So it was a lot of wardrobes, some bunk beds, a wine cellar, like a big wooden wine cellar is being built in the house. It was all in pieces, the wine cellar, maybe like 25 pieces, but it's just all going to get fit together and create this beautiful, I think it's oak wooden wine. It's not even a wine cellar actually, it's like a wine room. So it's like got all the shelving, the racks for bottles of wine. Yeah, incredible. I mean, the house is stunning. It's a big, the ground floor is like a concrete frame, like a poured concrete construction, and then the next floor is like a traditional log built cabin. So it's like logs stacked up on top of each other. Hopefully as the project goes on, maybe if the conversation comes up, I might then ask the question and see if I can do a bit of filming there. I'm only bringing this into the video and talking about it because it's just part of my daily life with trying to get this woodworking business and furniture brand off the ground. It's not playing a direct role in that, but I'm still doing this within trying to get that going to just earn money in the meantime to pay bills and stuff. So, oh fuck, that's hot. It seems relevant to bring it into the content because it's part of my daily life of trying to start a business and build a brand. So I'm just going to keep filming whatever it is I'm doing in daily life at the moment. I'm going to head home now, got to finish editing a video, and then I'm going to get back in the workshop and the office and give you a bit of an update on the stuff I've been working on, how the website's going. Now I'm doing this work, this paid work. It is going to give me less time in the workshop, but I'm just going to have to get in there in the evenings and on the weekends, because although I'm going to do the paid work because I need to, I'm not going to drop off the pressure or the pace with building the furniture brand and making these videos and stuff. It's going to be a bit of a tiring period because we're going to have a day job and then doing the furniture brand and the other stuff in and around that. So it's going to be busy for the next couple of months. Making the videos and having the YouTube channel, it's becoming my favourite part of the whole thing that I'm doing. That and probably sitting in the workshop. First day working for this company's done. I'm going to head off home and carry on working on this furniture brand. You might have seen in previous videos that this wing mirror has been hanging on by some tape for a while, and it's just started to become a bit loose again. I'm going to fix that before I do anything else. Not really anything to do with woodwork or running a business, but it's I've noticed it showing up in a couple of videos, so I thought I'd just point that out and try and get that fixed. That's about the level of my mechanic skills. That'll probably stay like that now until the end of time. Let's turn that. Oh, there you go. I just wanted to do a little bit of an update on the furniture brand and the workshop, and just to keep you posted on where I'm getting to with that. In some earlier videos, I kind of laid out a lot of stuff that I was going to be working towards with the furniture brand and building a website, an Etsy store, and those kind of things. And I don't want to let that fall off the radar to the point where it just seems like, well, where did that go? Now you're just doing paid construction work again. So what's happened is I've started trying to work on the furniture brand, and I've managed to build the website. That's woodandcoffee.com. So that now exists, and anyone can go to the website and buy the products that I've put on there at this stage. I've also done an Etsy store, and that wasn't something I was really that focused on or that motivated to do. But I figured if I've got products to sell, making money is the goal. That is really the main focus from it, is to try and make a living and earn income from doing this work. So the Etsy store, I did that as well, and that's I think that is Wood and Coffee Designs is the name of the Etsy store. But I'll put them up on the screen, and I will also put a link in the description to the woodandcoffee.com website and the Wood and Coffee Designs Etsy store. So they're both up and running, and there's been very little traffic, and I haven't had any orders on there as yet, but I haven't really done anything to drive traffic or attention to that. I've been enjoying and focusing on making the YouTube videos and fitting out the workshop. I think I gravitate towards that stuff because that's what I find easy. That's what comes easy to me, you know, fitting out the workshop. It's easy to get motivated to do that because it's physical, practical work. You can see the progress. And doing things like trying to get traffic to the Etsy store, the website, that is just harder to get motivated to do. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not sure what to do to get that to happen. I do need to do that. So it's getting to the point now where I'm like, okay, come on. The workshop's starting to take shape. The website's there, the Etsy store's there, you have some products. I just need now to start learning and focusing on what to do and how to get attention to the site so I can start selling some of the products, because that's the only way really that this makes money. So that's what I'm going to start focusing on soon. But in the meantime, I'll give you a quick tour of the workshop and show you what I've done so far. Yeah, so I've got this wood storage area above me. The wood was always on the floor and I had to keep moving it around, so I just thought if I build that, it's up high. I'm not particularly tall, but I can sort of still get under here, and then the wood is above me and up and out of the way. I've got a couple of chisels there fixed on the wall. That's not particularly that impressive, but they're there, and in the future I'll probably get more tools and more chisels and start to line them up on the wall like that. What tends to happen is I use a tool and I never put it back in a place that I got it from, and then the next time I want to use it I've got no idea where it is. So I'm hoping I can change that habit, and then in this workshop everything will have a place and it will go back in exactly the same place that it always does, and then it'll just make me more efficient when I'm working in here. I won't have to spend time looking for stuff, and I think it will just make it a more enjoyable experience. I've still got this shelving unit over here. That is my top priority, to get rid of that here, because you've got the workbench sort of in the middle, and then once that shelving unit goes, I can then walk up and down this space, and between me and the workbench I've got maybe almost a metre of space, so it's a lot of room to work, and still a little bit of room if I want to put the tripod and put the camera there. I've got this shelving unit which I just built. I'm happy with that. I do prefer things to be fairly simple in their design. I'm probably going to put another shelf in just here, but with the sheet of wood I bought, there was only enough to do it to this stage. But it's pretty good at the moment. I've got all screws and a mixture of stuff up there, and then I'll probably build another one of those or something quite similar to go up here next to the wood storage unit. I may even put like a long one along here for the paints and stuff. There's a set of skis up there at the minute, they're going to go. And then the other thing that I built, which I was really happy with, again it's nothing particularly fancy, but just works really well in the space I've got, is this shelving unit over here for like the Festool power tools that I've got. And I mean, they are the tools that I'm using for everything. I don't have, at the moment anyway, I don't have like a table saw. I don't have like thicknesser planers, those kind of things. And that may change. I'm thinking there is some designs I've got that I'm going to struggle to make without those tools. But for now, I am just doing everything with hand tools and the Festool power tools. So them being all stacked up over there is great, because that keeps all the power tools in one place. And now I know these boxes, the Festool boxes, they do click together so that you can stack them on top of each other. But the problem with that is you stack them on top of each other and they stack very nicely, but then when you want one that's like nearer the bottom, you got to lift all of the others off to get to the one you want. So it's quite good for transport, but it's no good for in here, because you're just constantly moving one from the other. So it's just better for each one to have its individual shelf, and then I can just take out whichever one I want without disrupting all the others. This little alcove section that I had here, it's a little bit wider than the Festool boxes, so there's a bit of space down the side. So I've got like some like router bits and some drill bits up there, so I can fit a mixture of stuff down the side. So actually, from that kind of alcove space that I couldn't really use for anything, I actually get a lot of storage. And then under here, under the workbench, I've got some space, and I'm using that at the moment for kind of a bit of storage, but also for tools that I'm using. So the dust extractor is under here, and that works really well, because when I'm doing any cutting or anything that I need the dust extractor for, it's usually on the workbench. So that's right there, it's in a good position. The hose just comes out from there and it can operate. And then the other thing I've got is the big crosscut saw. Oh, I've got a nail gun down there as well, which that just kind of sits down there at the moment. I might try and find somewhere better for that. Or in time, if I can, I might try and get a compressor and then some nail guns that you use with a compressor, you know, like the air guns. This nail gun's pretty good, but it's a sight nail gun, so it's pretty good if you're on a construction site. You can move around. It's got no leads, no hose. It's very good, but it is a little bit unreliable. Often you go to fire and it won't fire, and also it has the range of nails it can do is good, but it's not a huge range. You know, you have like some variation of nails you can use.
Whereas if I get a compressor, you buy that, and then the guns that go with the compressor, they are way less expensive than like the nail gun I've got here, and you can buy like 2 or 3 different types of nail gun to go on the compressor, and then by doing that you can effectively cover the whole range of nails that you might ever use. One thing I'm probably going to do, it's not that revolutionary, but for the big saw that I've got under there, every time I want to use it I have to lift it up onto the bench, onto here. But worse than that is I have to first drag it out, and it's a small problem to have, but every time I drag it out it makes a horrible screeching noise and it's just kind of heavy to drag. So I've just got a few wheels that I've just got from somewhere that I bought these, never used them, and I've got them laying around. So I might just get a piece of board, screw some wheels on it, put the big saw on top of that, and then when I need to use it I can just drag the tray out with the wheels and then lift it up onto the bench. Just makes it a little bit nicer and a bit easier for me than having to just drag it across the concrete floor and making it screeching every time. But that's it. Yeah, so I've got the wood store, shelving unit, and the racking over there for the Festool boxes. Oh yeah, and I guess the other thing, I didn't think to mention it because it's been there a little while now, but the main thing that I've got is the workbench, which is great. I mean, it's not that large. By a lot of workshops it would be maybe too small, maybe not even suitable for what I need, but it's the best workbench or workstation that I've had. I really like it actually, and it's a good height. I made it a bit lower, and like I said when I was talking about that, I'm not actually that tall, so having it a bit lower works pretty well for me. And I think I don't know where I saw this, but it's again, it's a pretty basic thing, but I haven't had it before, and it works really well. Is that on the table, on the bench top, I just drilled these holes, and then I've got these Festool clamps, and what I can do with them is now I've got the holes, I can just, that goes in to the hole there, and then I can use that to clamp down wood on the table if I need to. This bench top is just like a pretty thick piece of MDF. I was just going to screw it straight down, but then I did it with these bits of timbers in between, so it raised it up a little bit, and then it gives me this gap if ever I need to clamp anything down. I've got the holes on top which I can use, but also all around the side I can just slide the clamp in and clamp anything to it. And then I've got a little bit of an overhang on the end, so again I can, if I'm on the end and I need to clamp, I've got a little bit of a clamping space there. But that's pretty much it. It's nice and solid. I've got everything in here I need. I just need to get a bit more time now to focus on making the products that I've got the designs for. And then what I really need to do is start working on some content for the wood and coffee furniture brand to try and drive some traffic to that site to start selling some of the products. And then once I start to sell some products, hopefully that will just grow and grow and keep getting some momentum. And then the plan eventually is to get to a stage where I'm selling products consistently and in enough volume that it generates enough income so I can spend my time making the products in here and then doing all the logistics, posting them out and sending them and so on, and try to make a living and make an income from that. It's quite a lot of times I'm working in the workshop and I go in there around 5-6 o'clock in the evening and it's daylight, and then I lose track of time because I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing and enjoying the process of building the products, and then by the time I step outside it's gone from being sort of daylight to total darkness. So I've got the workshop there behind me, and then the office is just in here, and I'm sort of surrounded by this sort of a nice big pine tree. So it's a pretty privileged place to work and have a workshop. Right, let's get in the office. It is a bit dark in here, it's not the best light, and it's a bit of a mess also because I've been trying to clear out the workshop. Anything that I can't think of where to put or find a place for, I've been bringing it around to the office and sort of dumping it in here because I haven't been using this space as much. So you can see it there on the camera. I've got this big round piece of wood here. I did give off some information about that in the last video, but that came from the recycling centre, from the tip. I got that. and it's a pretty rough looking piece of wood. I think I can do something with it, and then I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll put it on the website to sell, or I might just make it and then maybe give it away to someone, or I'm not sure. And there's also some bed frame stuff behind that I've got that I'm going to use, and at the very least I'll just get to practice some new techniques and work on some stuff that I could do with getting better at. So the products that I've actually made so far, it's not so many. These two, I just made them because I saw a YouTube video and someone was giving some ideas of some products that are good to sell on an Etsy store. So I thought I may as well just make them. I had some wood laying around that I could do it with, and they're just these wall mounted kind of shelves. So they're just kind of a very simple design, and they just fix to a wall, and there you go. You can use them for putting on like a candle or some sort of ornament like that. And then I did this one also, which is like a wood stain colour. That's probably a bit more traditional for what people might like. I mean, I don't think it's the most amazing product, but it's pretty good, and people might want some shelves or something in their house, and if you don't make wood stuff, it's way easier than making one to just buy one, and they're not particularly expensive. So I've got that, and I might even try and sell those to a local furniture store, because I feel like it's the kind of thing someone might buy if it's cheap enough and they just want something to put in their home to liven up a wall a little bit. The products that I've made, which I think have some design and craftsmanship sort of standard, is these candle holders. And this is the single one. This one here, you can see it's sort of crafted out of one piece of wood. And you may have seen this if you've watched other videos, but if you haven't, it's just a little bit of an update to show you what I've been working on. So I have this box of matches here, which is like a branded, kind of iconic brand of matches, and I've done the cutout so it fits that kind of perfectly. So then that matchbox sits in the end there, and then the cutout in the top is just for a candle. So the candle sits in the top there. I think this is really good, actually. And not because I made it, but I just think it's a good, stylish piece. And then the other ones, it's the same kind of design, but this is just slightly larger. So this one here, it's the same thing, but it holds 3 candles. And then the matchbox it's the same brand, but the matchbox is slightly bigger in size to the first one. It's not a fit, but yeah, so that fits in. And then the matchbox just sits in the end. And then the last one of the candle holders, it's the same thing again, but it's just a bit longer. So this one holds 5 candles. The other thing I've got, which isn't made yet, I showed this in a previous video also, but this is like a phone stand. Phone goes on there, and then there's a space for a watch. And then around the back, there's a little bit of a shelf just for putting keys or a wallet or whatever you might want to put there. But I've got a couple of other products similar to this one that do a similar thing. I'm waiting for help with those from a workshop, and it's just taking a little bit of time to get those done. But that's basically the update. That's where the workshop's up to. Those are the products that I've got made so far. I do have some designs for other products that I'm hoping to make very soon, but I've just been trying to finish the workshop and the storage in the workshop first before I start to make more products. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching this video. It was just a bit of an update and a little bit of a vlog of what I was doing today. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to show you any of the construction site that I'm going to be working on. It's going to be like that for a little while. I'm hoping as time goes on, I might end up having conversations with the company that I'm working for, and they will let me take some photographs at the very least, or maybe some video of the house. And that's it, that's what I've been working on. But if you are interested to see how the brand's developing, and check out the website, it's woodandcoffee.com is the website for the furniture brand. The furniture brand is really where I want to put my focus and attention, and at the moment I've made no sales from that furniture brand, and there's been no progress. So I'm hopeful that in a week, a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, I can only be further along in that journey. And if I get to a point where the furniture brand has developed enough that I get a few sales, maybe 1 or 2 a week or 1 or 2 a month, it's going to be further along in the journey than I am today. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing how that progresses, Stick around, subscribe to the channel if you want to. This is where I'm going to be uploading updates and content regarding building that furniture brand for the foreseeable future.